Sasuke's killed Orochimaru and he's putting a team together in order to face off against Itachi. Let's see how this all goes down in this arc review. Alright, so here we are, next arc of Naruto. This is the point of the story where they might want to just change the name from Naruto to Sasuke, because now we're following Sasuke and his pursuit of Itachi. Now, this is actually broken up into two parts, especially mainly in the anime, but I'm also following that as well because there is an arc, like a 2-episode story that breaks up this arc, but a lot happens in this. So basically in this first part, we have Sasuke taking out Orochimaru, absorbing him, and then creating a team to go after Itachi. That's basically what this arc is. It's pretty good. Again, following Sasuke around. Near the end of the arc, we do cut over to Naruto and the rest of the Leaf Village. They find out that Sasuke has defeated Orochimaru. Now the thing is, people think Sasuke killed Orochimaru, which isn't the case. He only absorbed Orochimaru. So basically, there's a little bit of misinformation going out there, but that being said, Orochimaru is defeated. He's no longer in the world. Well, defeated. We'll see in later arcs what actually happens with Orochimaru, but yeah, let's just kind of dive right in, see some of the things that I didn't like in this arc. So first thing I want to get out of the way is basically how quickly the word spread of Orochimaru's defeat. So we have Sasuke defeating Orochimaru. Kabuto is the only person that sees it, yet word spreads so quickly, so far, especially in Orochimaru's hideouts. So whatever hideout they're in, they're either in the east or the west one, where Orochimaru falls. Sasuke does his thing, he leaves, and then words quickly spread to the northern and the southern hideouts, where Karin and Jugo are. So, and not only that, it spread between inmates. So for me, that was just kind of weird and off-putting, because it's just like, how are these people getting this information? And then later on, after Suigetsu lets the prisoners go, he tells them to spread the word. So that's obviously how, the Leaf Village finds out about Orochimaru's death. But how did the rumor start, I guess, and how did it spread throughout Orochimaru's ranks? That's, to me, was very weird, and also, again, a little nitpicky, but I don't know, it was just really weird for me. Next, I want to talk about Orochimaru and Kabuto basically having this conversation where they look back on the Chunin exams when all of this started. This is basically them monologuing before all this action starts, before Sasuke turns on Orochimaru and kills him. I don't know, it was just really weird. I felt like it was a way for the anime to kind of elongate everything, kind of spread everything out a little bit more, add a little bit more filler with everything, even though it's in canon filler, but whatever. I don't know, it was really weird for me. I mean, I understand, you're going to talk to somebody that's close to you and say, oh yeah, remember when that happened? Yeah, I remember when that happened. Remember when this happened and that happened and that happened? Yeah, that's great and all that. I don't know, I guess Orochimaru, you could defend it saying, Orochimaru was finally excited that he was finally getting what he wanted, what he's been striving for years, to get the body of an Uchiha and use that to his advantage, to have the Sharingan. Again, I guess for me, it didn't feel natural. It just kind of felt like, here are some lines that you say, here's what you're supposed to be saying here, say them. To me, it didn't sound like a natural conversation to have between two people, especially one that's kind of on his deathbed. One thing that was weird for me as well in this arc is the portrayal of Sasuke. They make Sasuke seem OP as hell. And not only just by showing him stuff, like, for example, him stopping Jugo and Suigetsu, but just the way the word spread again with him defeating Orochimaru, like, I understand Sasuke got stronger. He obviously did get stronger, and he has the powers of the Uchiha. He was a, you know, a genius back in the day and all that, but I don't know. Especially when we get to later arcs, like, it's interesting to be looking at this series, to be rewatching this series, knowing everything that happens later on, because Sasuke is being portrayed as being very overpowered, but then he has these fights later on where he basically gets lucky. So he's basically very self-confident. Yeah, he's got this overwhelming confidence about him, thinking that he can do whatever he wants, whatever he can, however he can, and however he wants. But as soon as he starts fighting people like Deidara and Itachi, when we see that later on, Sasuke really doesn't amount to much now, does he? And then even his fight with Killer Bee, which, again, we'll get to all those later on in this series, but Sasuke being portrayed as very overpowered was really weird, because we know he was way strong. We knew he was on a different level when he met up with Naruto and the gang during the Tenchi Bridge arc. We understand he was on a different level, but to be on this kind of level, to be portrayed as somebody that's stronger than a Sannin, it was a little weird back then, still a little weird now, but, I mean, it's not too terrible. Again, he has to overcome Orochimaru. I understand that, but I don't know. Even especially back then when I was reading this and seeing this for the first time, it's like, okay, we get it. Sasuke is powerful, but he's not that powerful. Especially in later arcs, you'll find out he's really not that much special. Next on my chopping block, this is something I despised in this arc, and kind of in the series too. I'm not a fan of Karin. She is annoying. She falls under the spectrum of she has a crush on Sasuke, and that's her character trait. Are you fucking kidding me? You had another opportunity, Kishimoto, to make a badass female character, and we get this. We get her just being lovey-dovey over Sasuke. Like, I don't... It's just so annoying having that female character that all she cares about is that guy. Just a guy. And not only a guy, but Sasuke. We already get that with Sakura. We already got that in part 1. We don't need Sakura 2.0, because that's basically what Karin is. She is Sakura 2.0. Yeah, she has, you know, great chakra detection, and, I mean, she's got some strength, I guess. She's got her healing abilities, where if you bite into her, which we find out later on, but whatever. So she has her uses, I understand that, but give her a little bit more personality than just, I love Sasuke, and also, if you're not Sasuke, I hate you, because her and Suigetsu's, like, headbutting matches are they're just so annoying. Like, and especially back then, like, it's one thing to have it back then, because it didn't become a huge trope until now, where it's just like, you see this a lot, this kind of trope, and it's just, again, it's just really annoying, and it just, I hate it. I don't want her on my screen. I don't like it, and I don't like Karin. And then the last thing I really didn't care for in this arc, there's a moment where they get to the northern hideout, and they're met with this wall of level 2 curse mark people. Now, we've had the curse mark be built up the whole series, of being this big power up for these people. We even had the Sound Ninja 4 being our introduction of that second stage curse mark. We see Sasuke use it a few times. Hell, the second stage curse mark is what helped him defeat Orochimaru. But, so we have a bunch of them, and we don't really get this huge fight that you'd think you'd get. Like, you'd think we'd be able to see, like, especially Suigetsu, seeing him kind of go all out, seeing what he can do, and maybe Sasuke even putting up some sort of a challenge. Like, this can also tie into the whole Sasuke being a little too overpowered point. They just strike him down like they're nothing, like they're fodder. I understand that they can't, like, control it too well, but even still, as, like, a beast, They should be able to put up more than a fight. I'm sorry, you're a stage 2 curse mark, and you can't put up more of a fight than that? Come the frick on. That was just... I saw that, like, I literally just finished watching that episode. I'm sitting there like, there's no way that this happened like that. And it did. Like, if you wanted in canon filler, this would have been a good point. This would have been a great point to be like, here we go. Let's show off some abilities, and it'll be great. You had some in-canon filler earlier that was decent. Why didn't you do that here? You could have done that here. But instead, we're going to get more filler down the road that is just god-awful. We had filler before this that was god-awful. Like, this would have been a perfect chance to do that. But no. No, you decided to just punk them all out. And that was it. That was the end of it. And even Jugo kind of gets punked out in a way. Because, excuse me. Sasuke just, like, he barely puts up a fight against him. I know he said he wasn't there to fight him. But, I mean, again, and I guess this does tie in again to the whole Sasuke being OP thing. Like, he barely did anything. And these people are supposed to help him? How is that a thing? Come on now. Okay, but that's enough of things I didn't like about this arc. Here's some things I liked about this arc. Alright, enough of the negativity. Enough of the bad. We're in with some good territory. Some good things about this arc, because there really was a lot of good things to take away from this arc. One of them being, and I know might sound hypocritical, especially with my little mini rant earlier with Sasuke being OP, but Sasuke punking Orochimaru was very satisfying. I mean, he cut him up into little pieces as a giant snake, and then as Orochimaru was trying to take over his body, he still punks him. Almost like Itachi does, to a point. Except Itachi only took off his hand, whereas Sasuke took his life. Yeah, I mean, even when they're in there during the ritual ceremony and all that, Sasuke just punks him in, says he makes Orochimaru think he's winning, and then he's just like, yeah, no, you're not winning, I'm winning this, and yeah, absorbs him, and there you have it. That's basically it. So it's very cathartic, I guess is the word I'm looking for, because Orochimaru, he was built up to be this just conniving being, this person that is there to just kill Sasuke and murderlize him. Yes, I use the term murderlize. Don't care. And then he just gets smacked down. He gets the smackdown by Sasuke. And yeah, it feels great seeing that because, again, Orochimaru is a creepy bastard. None of that, please. Thank you. Next up is the moment that Orochimaru died. So the reason I have this on here is mainly because of the lighting and the musical score going on at this part. So we have Orochimaru being defeated by Sasuke. And we cut over to Anko's team. I guess they're on a mission. They must be on a mission like hunting down Orochimaru or just kind of spying on him and all that. So we cut to her. She kind of feels her curse mark, activating on her. She hears a snake in the grass. She throws a kunai at it. It's actually that white snake that we find out has like it's a good luck charm or something. And then we cut over to the Leaf Village where Naruto's just kind of looking at the sun. The sun is this like blood red, and it's just basking over everything. So everything is in like this blood red like shading, and it just looks really nice. I mean, I know I harped about this on my last Yu Yu Hakusho arc review, but it's the same thing here, where this lighting is used to such a great effect. It's just good. Like, it's really good, and it's really well done. You can tell that they actually put some effort into this. So, I applaud them for, doing that. yeah, I really like that part. So as we continue onward with our wonderful takes on filler, one thing I actually liked is getting Zabuza's sword. There is a bit of filler in this as well, where they have to go like to these bandits. We actually see one of the bandits from that first arc as well. But yeah, Sasuke and Suigetsu, they head to the Land of Waves. They see the Great Naruto Bridge, and even Suigetsu makes a comment about the Great Naruto Bridge, about the name of it, and Sasuke is just kind of looking at it, like he remembers those times and that day very well, I might add, because he almost died. He thought he died that day, but he didn't. But yeah, they try to go to get Zabuza's sword. It's missing, where in the manga it was actually there. But in the anime, it's missing. Some thieves have taken it. The one guy is saying that he had killed Zabuza. He was taking credit for killing Zabuza. And yeah, just being a dick. So they go there, beat everybody up. They don't kill anybody. Because Sasuke doesn't want to kill anybody. He only wants to kill Itachi. So, yeah, they go there, beat some people up, get the sword back, and that's also where we get to see Suigetsu's power. He's basically a water person. He can't die. He's just water. So that's why he has, like, these cups of water that he's always drinking, and why, you know, when it's hot outside, he's always like, ugh, it's so hot. Can we just take a break? I just want to drink some water. I just want to be around water. We find out most of that stuff here through filler. So, like I said earlier, this is filler done right. This is filler done well, where you're adding to the canon material and making it better. You're not emphasizing. You are laying more of a foundation for a character and who they are, what they're all about, their beliefs, their personalities, all that. You're building that up more using filler than you are with bad filler. Because we have enough bad filler here in Naruto. This is good filler that, again, enhances the story and enhances the things going on in the story right now. So, getting Zabuza's sword, pretty good. Next up is Jugo. So Jugo gets introduced in this arc. He is where the curse mark power comes from. So we find that out with this, but we also see a little bit into his character. He's basically this bipolar being who, you know, the one person is so nice, animals come flocking to them, birds come sitting on their shoulder, all that stuff. And then the other personality is a psychotic murderer who wants to kill people. That's obviously what a murderer does. Anyways, but we also see that he had ties to Kimimaro. So if you don't remember who Kimimaro is, he is the bone guy from Part 1 Naruto. He fought Naruto, he fought Lee, he died to Gaara. You know, he had a disease going on anyways. But apparently him and Jugo were like buddy-buddy. They were best friends and all that. So yeah, there's a tie with Part 1 there. Jugo is actually an interesting character, and you know, we do see in this arc, which we'll get to here soon, Orochimaru was looking at this curse mark, but it just so happens that it came from Jugo, and he used that power in order to create this curse mark that he's given to other people. But yeah, Jugo's a great character. Yeah, it's just nice to see the origin of the curse mark. It came from a person. Jugo, again, is a great character. I can't keep saying that enough. Yeah, this was nice. This was a nice way to see all that. And finally, as all anime have to do with the person dying, we have to see their backstory. And who do we get to see? We get to see Orochimaru's backstory and how he came to be who he is today. So let's sit down, let's talk about this a little bit, because there's a lot to kind of take in and kind of talk about. So Orochimaru apparently lost his parents at a very young age. He wished to bring them back. He couldn't. And so he's been doing research on reanimations and all this other stuff. So that basically led him down a path to where he hated seeing people die. We see him, where being there when Tsunade's brother dies. We see him being there when Tsunade's lover dies. And he's just thinking to himself that death is such a horrible thing. That we are in this world for such a finite amount of time. And he finally finds this reanimation jutsu, this jutsu to like bring people back. And he finds these other like forbidden jutsus. And he thinks to himself, he's just like, there's so many jutsus and techniques in this world that I couldn't learn them in just one lifetime. And then that's when he looks at that reincarnation jutsu that he tried to use on Sasuke, this like white snake form or whatever. And that's when he starts delving more. That's when he finally turns into the dark side. He was teetering on it at first with his thoughts of, I wish we could bring people back to life. I wish that there wasn't so much death. He was teetering on it a little bit, but this was the real pushing point for that, where he had the realization that he needed to turn to forbidden jutsu in order to achieve his own goals. And then through all that, he does find Itachi Uchiha. He sees him training one day, and he's just like, I need this kid's body because he has the Sharingan. He is an Uchiha. He is peak Uchiha. And so, then we get the story of him leaving the village because, the third Hokage found out what he was doing. And we get to see Orochimaru in his time during the Akatsuki. He's with them. He was there when Itachi joined. So he was partnered up with Itachi for a bit. And he actually tries to take Itachi's body. But he fails at that because Itachi's a great person. He's a great shinobi. So, he loses his chance to get Itachi, loses his arm, and he leaves the Akatsuki after that. And then after that, he tries to go after another little boy of Sasuke. And even Sasuke, when he's punking him out, he's just like, you couldn't get Itachi, so you tried to get a fledgling Uchiha, a baby Uchiha. But guess what? You still can't get anything. And Orochimaru dies. He gets absorbed by Sasuke, and that's pretty much all we wrote from it. But just seeing Orochimaru's past was really, really good because we needed that character motivation for him and why he was doing what he was doing. Obviously, we already knew it was because he wanted to learn all the jutsu in the world and wanted to be immortal. That was obvious, but seeing the direction and where he was going with all that and where he came from with everything was really nice to see, especially, having the third Hokage there as well. Yeah, that was really good. So overall, this arc is getting a B+. This was a very solid setup arc because we're setting up Sasuke versus Itachi here. And not only that, but we're setting up, things for the rest of the story. But we did also end somebody's story here with Orochimaru. Yeah, you can kind of argue that he, since he does come back, he has more to his story. But because of that and him not going after more of his forbidden jutsus and not being necessarily a villain, but just a bad person, you can kind of argue that he had like a rebirth later on in the story. But, overall, we're just setting things up for fights down the road and moments down the road that are soon happen. So let me know down in the comments what you thought of this arc. Let me know just what you think of Orochimaru's death, what you think of Orochimaru as a character, Sasuke as a character, Jugo, Suigatsu, Karin, all that. Let me know all that stuff down in the comments below. Be sure to like the video if I entertained you in any way, shape, or form. And don't forget to subscribe because I do these arc reviews of these anime that I'm doing. Got this and Yu Yu Hakusho going on. My weekly My Hero Academia and One Piece videos are, well, they should be coming back this week because now both of them aren't going to be on break at the same time. And then my monthly Attack on Titan stuff is coming out. And whenever One Punch Man comes out, those videos will be out. So, again, thank you guys so much for watching. And as always, people, I've been your world champion. I'll catch you guys in the next video. See ya.